What's good, everybody? Now, the one thing you need to understand is that I'm a fitness YouTuber and I'm not just a men's fitness YouTuber. My ultimate dream is to make India one of the fittest countries in the world. Now, when you educate men about something, they're enhanced as individuals. But when you educate women about something, they're enhanced as individuals and the children of the country are enhanced as individuals. And that's why in today's video, I'm starting out on my women's fitness series. So let's go. Okay, so the first thing you need to know is that in today's video, I'm not going to go deep into the science of any topic. Now, I've not covered a lot of women's content in a while, and that's why I want to make this one video a content-packed video. So I'm going to be talking about the top 5 things that every single woman, but more specifically, every single Indian woman needs to know about fitness. Okay, so the first thing you need to know is that BeerBiceps is not a weight training channel. It's a general fitness channel. I promote holistic fitness. And I'm not promoting weight training because I myself am into weight training. The reason I promote weight training is because I promote science. Science says that if your goal is to burn fat, which is the goal for most women, weight training is your best friend. And that's the first point we're going to be talking about. Okay, the first thing you need to know as a woman is that there's no such thing as spot fat removal. If you want toned arms or if you want that flat stomach or that thigh gap, it's all about burning your fat and building a bit of lean muscle mass under that fat. I've spoken about this concept in my video on belly fat. And the fastest way to get both these things, to burn fat and to build that little bit of lean muscle, is weight training. Again, I'm not going to get into the deep science of it today because I've already covered these topics in my 2 videos for weight training for women, and I'm going to link those in the description below. But I'll just touch upon them today. Okay, now here's the thing. Most women want to burn fat, and the society we've grown up in, we automatically associate weight training with bulky bodybuilders. And if you tell a woman to take up weight training, they'll think of those bulky women bodybuilders. That is not what weight training does to your body. Those women and those bodybuilders are bulky because they've injected themselves with testosterone and steroids. You do not have either in your system. Now, the one scientific thing you need to know about weight training is that it has different effects on male bodies and different effects on female bodies. Because males have more testosterone, they can put on more muscle mass. So suppose I have a twin sister who has the same genetics as me, who follows the same training program and who eats the same food that I do. After a year of training and eating right, I'll probably be super buff thanks to the excess testosterone in my body, but she will end up looking like something like Deepika Padukone or Alia Bhatt. You know, that just strong, beautiful, fit looking female body. That's what you can aim to get by weight training. That's what you need to know as a woman. Now, the one golden rule I follow at BeerBiceps is that when it comes to something fitness related, do not listen to a single individual. Listen to science instead. And unfortunately, the society that we've grown up in, all our lives we've been told that if you want to burn fat, you need to run or you need to swim or you need to do some kind of aerobics. Now, that is true, don't get me wrong. Cardio activities like running, swimming, cycling, aerobics, Zumba help in burning fat. But here's the catch. They only burn fat while you're doing the activity. Weight training, on the other hand, burns fat while you're doing the activity. And in the process of doing the activity, because you're damaging those muscles, even when you go home, you're still burning fat. So when we're talking about weight training, we're talking about 2 kinds of burns. The active burn that happens while the activity is on, and the passive burn that happens even 2 days after the activity when you're going home and your body's recovering. And that's why weight training is your fastest path to those toned arms and that thigh gap and that flat stomach. And every single woman in the world needs to know about this fact. Science says that weight training is your fastest path to fat loss and your fitness goals. It's not going to make you bulky, it's just going to make you super fit and make you feel super great about how you look. Okay, the second tip. Again, this is weight training related once again, but scientifically speaking, from a health perspective, it's super crucial for every woman to know this. You need to understand that your bodies are built very differently from men's bodies. There's a reason men are physically built stronger, they have more muscle mass. And more muscle mass translates to a better metabolism. And a better metabolism means a higher calorie cap. Men can eat a lot of food without the fear of getting fat. If a man and a woman eat the same amount of calories, the man's body is going to utilize all those calories much better. It's going to fuel all that excess muscle mass. But when we're talking about women, the muscle mass is lower. And the other thing you need to know is that there are 2 points in a woman's life where their bodies start kind of deteriorating a bit. But you can prevent this deterioration. Now, the first point is when women are moving from their early 20s to their mid 20s. That's when the metabolism of a woman kind of slows down. So all that food that you were eating, which wasn't making you fat in your late teens and your early 20s, will start making you fat in your mid 20s. So if you still want to enjoy food, weight training is a great solution to this whole problem. And the second time a woman's body starts deteriorating really badly is after the age of 30. And this is something serious. After the age of 30, women start losing muscle mass rapidly. And the other thing that happens is that their bone density decreases. And because of this combination of their bone density decreasing and the muscle mass dropping, they're more prone to injury, their coordination isn't as good as it was. And once again, the solution to this is strength training. When I go to an Indian gym, I'll always see the guys in the weight section and all the women are on the cardio machines. Because women just want to burn fat and they think, okay, cardio is my go-to. And a lot of times you'll see that the older women are actually taking up weight training because they've realized that, okay, my strength levels are going low. And as a woman, until you reach that age, you don't value something like strength or muscle mass. But it's all about realizing that, this is going to happen to your body at some point in the future. And if you're in your early 20s, if you're in your teens, this is the right time to take up strength training. Forget what you've grown up hearing about becoming bulky through weights. That's not going to happen. Think about your health. Think about your long-term future. Okay, moving on to point number 3. And a lot of people might not think that this is a very woman-specific point, but from my experience as a fitness coach, I definitely feel like it is. Now, you've got to understand that how you look depends primarily on your diet. It depends on the food you select to eat. Now, if you're a woman who's struggling to reach her fitness goals, if you have that little bit of baby fat and you see all these bikini models or whatever your fitness goals are, if you want to get somewhere, you want to burn off that little bit of fat and you've bought into all these diet crazes, you've bought a lot of diet food and you've bought multi-grain bread and Greek yogurt and all these things, you need to know that unfortunately you're playing the game wrong. Burning off that little bit of excess baby fat isn't about selecting diet foods or selecting multi-grain bread and things like that. It boils down to 2 very basic food items. If you eliminate these 2 food items from your life, you'll see a change in days. And unfortunately, women all over the world have a tendency for the first item, that's sugar. I talk about sugar a lot on BeerBiceps, so I'm not going to get deep into that topic. All you've got to know is that in your fight against weight loss, sugar is your biggest enemy. You want to keep it as far from you as possible. Now, at BeerBiceps, I promote a fun and fitness balance. So I know that completely eliminating sugar is a little difficult, but your job, if you want to burn fat and if you want to reach your fitness goals, is to minimize sugar. And once you've minimized sugar and you're able to almost eliminate it out of your diet, the second step is to eliminate everything processed. This includes everything from Lays to those churras, as we call them in India, which are those little, snacks people eat at tea time, to biscuits. Anything that's made in a factory, you just want to eliminate it from your diet. It's got a lot of preservatives, it's got a lot of dirty carbohydrates, it's got a lot of dirty fats, and it's keeping you from becoming the best version of yourself. And at this point, it's all about priorities. So I know it's a little bit difficult to eliminate these things if they're a part of your lifestyle, but it starts with not buying them, not keeping those food items at home. I'm a fitness YouTuber, I'm a fitness blogger. How I look has a one-to-one relation with my career. I'm supposed to be super serious about my diet, and even if I keep these food items at home, it becomes very difficult for me to resist them. But when I don't buy them at all, I see a change in my body in weeks, and that's what you can also do. If you feel like, oh, why am I not losing that stubborn belly fat? It boils down to these 2 simple food items. Just get rid of them, don't bring them home. Okay, moving on to the 4th point, which I personally feel is the most crucial part of this video. Now, if you've been watching the video till this point, I'm sure you've picked up some amount of knowledge from this video. And this is just one video. I've put out 130 fitness related videos. And what you've got to understand is that the one thing I believe is that you shouldn't be paying for anything fitness related. You shouldn't be paying for diets, and you shouldn't be paying for fitness consultants. And sometimes you shouldn't even be paying for trainers. The trainers in India just aren't at that level scientifically. A lot of people from the fitness industry, especially in India, are stealing your money. And when we're talking about fitness, a lot of people want written diet plans and they want that full ABC of fitness. They want someone to teach them. It's not that difficult to learn. Fitness, burning fat, getting healthier boils down to a few very, very basic concepts. That whole time about paying for dietitians, paying for diets is gone. It's all about self-education now. If you want to improve, you've got to make that effort and try to move towards a fitter and best version of yourself. Remember, there are differences between male bodies and female bodies, but 90% of health and fitness education applies to both the sexes. 99% of my content applies to women as well, with just a few tweaks. So what I'd suggest is that all this content that I've put out, go and start educating yourself. There's so much to be learned. There's so many ways to improve your body. There's so much science to be absorbed. But your job is to just start. Take that initiative. Even if you don't know anything about fitness, you can start on YouTube. The weight loss playlists I've made on BeerBiceps, and even the recipes I've made on BeerBiceps, are tailored for beginners. I'll link them in the description below. I'm not about educating people who are already educated about fitness. When you really want to change a country, you've got to educate the people who don't know anything. So even if you feel like you don't know anything about fitness, now's the time to start. If you want to make a change, take that initiative right now. Okay, the fifth and final point that you need to know as a woman is that fitness is not just limited to the physical goals. It's not limited to getting that flat stomach or those toned arms. It gives you a lot more than that. And again, I'm not promoting weight training. I'm promoting any kind of fitness. Doing something is always better than doing nothing. When you have that activity that you're doing every single day, and I talk about this in a lot of my other videos, it gives you that mental stability. You always have that same activity you're doing. And initially, where it might be difficult to stick to that activity, after a point, that activity can become an addiction. And when it becomes an addiction, it's an escapism. All those endorphins and all those cannabinoids, all those feel-good hormones really have an effect on your mind. It's one of the best addictions to have. It's only doing good for your body. And the second thing it does for you is that it teaches you discipline. And the discipline that you're learning has a huge carryover to the rest of your life. I honestly feel that doing some kind of activity, it can be anything, weight training, dance, yoga, swimming, whatever it is, if you do it consistently, it's not just helping you in terms of your physical goals, it's making you a better individual here. And just from that perspective, you should take it up. Every time I go to the gym, I come out a happier person. So even if you feel you're physically fit and you can't get any fitter than you are, but you're still not doing some physical activity, chase that physical activity just to build you up from the inside. That's super crucial in your development as a woman. Hey you ladies, I hope you guys liked today's video. Now you've got to understand that my channel has a horrible sex ratio. I have about 10% women and 90% men. So I'm just making this video for the 6,000 women that I have on this channel. Now I really want to make a lot of women's content. Putting out content for women and educating women is something I'm very passionate about. But I want to reach out to more women. So if you feel like this video helped you, please share it with your friends. It'll help me a lot. And if I know that I have an audience who'd want to watch women's content, it pushes me to generate more women's content. Either way, if you want to start off on your own fitness journey as a woman, what I'd suggest is you check out my women's fitness playlist. Again, it's tailor-made for all women who are trying to start their fitness journey. Make sure you check it out. I'll link it in the description below as well. And if you want to follow my personal fitness journey, you can follow me on Instagram at BeerBiceps, on Snapchat at ranveer.1693. That's my Facebook page. Make sure you give that a like as well. Until next time guys, from Ranveer, see you.